Okay, hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm going to tell you about a little secret to do with the bugs5w drone. What we got here is a problem with the waypoints that everybody seems to be having, and the way to fix it is exactly as I'm going to show you. It's a bit convoluted, but it does work, so bear with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the DU recorder so I can record what I'm doing on the screen. I'm going to use two phones. One's a Sony Xperia, but any phone that's capable of using 5W, 5G Wi-Fi, and I'm going to be using a Motorola G4, which again is compatible with 5G Wi-Fi, but doesn't actually work that well with the drone. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, on my 5G mobile, which is a Motorola G4. I won't use the DU recorder on this one because it's pretty obvious what I'm going to do. But basically, all I'm going to do is I've set a hotspot. Okay, and then the other phone, my Xperia, which I will use the DU recorder for, which I'll show you, and I'll keep this running so that you can see. So let's start recording on here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, right, so when you first go into the bugs, if you haven't got the Wi-Fi on, let me just demonstrate by turning it off. What happens is you select your bugs5w and you go into your app, and when you press zoom in, it doesn't really know where you are. So you make sure you go outside, and it picks up the GPS, and that's great. However, when it comes to any of the details of maps, you're generally just going to get a blank map. Now I've got some filled in ones here, but if I go to a different area, I'll show you what I mean. Here, and I zoom in over here, let's say, there's nothing there. It's not because there's nothing there, it's because the Wi-Fi has to be connected to a source which can pick up the internet, and it has to be Wi-Fi, it can't use 3G. So what we do is we, like I was saying, connect the Wi-Fi to your hotspot on your mobile phone. You can see there it says Motorola 4G. Once that's connected, then when you provided you're outside and you've got a GPS signal and you've got location-based services on, it'll suddenly start populating the area where you are, and there you go, zoom straight into where I am. And if I zoom in, all the detail gets filled in, which doesn't happen if you go out to the field and then use the app then. So the way to do it is once you've got that, now you've obviously got orientation for all your various waypoints that you want to put in, which of course, again, if you've got a blank map, you don't know which way up it is, which a lot of people are having problems with. And obviously you've got a little bit more detail, not a great deal, but a little bit more detail as to where the roads are and which way you're facing, etc. So you're not going to go zooming off, and again, the scale is a little bit more obvious, although you have got a scale down here. And away you go. Now, the other way you could do it is you could connect to your Wi-Fi at home, start the app up, know where you're going to go, zoom into that point, that will get the detail, leave the app open, and then go to your location, and then connect to the drone. But you have to leave the app open. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get from this stage to the waypoint stage. So we're going to connect to drone. The drone's now connected. Turn on the receiver. Yep, got the connection there. You can hear the beeps. Spin around as usual till we get the green lights. Green lights. And then gonna do the other spin And away we go. So that started that up. We then have to wait for the satellites on here, which may take a little bit of time. And also we have to connect now. Instead of our hotspot, we can now move over to the bugs. That's now connected, and what we should be able to see is, hopefully, there we go, that's now, as you can see on there, it's now populated in there. We can go to this viewpoint, just waiting for our satellites to come in. Might take a little while. Only on 0 at the moment. Doesn't normally take quite as long as this to pick up the satellites. I have got everything turned on. Just wait a few seconds. There you go, 8 satellites. That's good enough. You normally get more. We can go, as I said, back to here. Now you can see the area on there. Once I set the drone off, just take the area's clear. Away she goes. Check for stability. Yeah, stability's good. And I'll start the camera. Camera's now going. See my son playing in front of me there. And what we can do is we can now do the drawing. So we can draw something like that, and then we can then click on, I'm going to make it go a bit higher than that, because that's, and then submit. Yes, then it shall turn and shall go off. And that's a little bit too high. Okay, just doing the waypoints. And obviously if you want to cancel at any time, you can. Round it goes. Again, you can see it tracking on here quite nicely. Point it down a little bit so you can see. There we go, and then what I will do, I will stop that, we'll bring it back. Now it's done its circuit. And of course I could have done a return to home there quite easily. Now the other thing that's quite interesting is the point of view. So if I focus on my son here, now what you can do is obviously whatever you're pointing at is what is going to be your point of view. So if I you go that way a bit more, Rich, just that way. So what I'm going to do now is show you how the point of view and circle me works. So point the camera down a little bit. So if I do circle here, you'll see that where I started from is it's going to be its point where it starts to rotate, which may or may not be useful. But you just need to be aware that it's going to do that rotation in that direction, which does appear to be anti-clockwise. Okay, so that's that, and then again, follow me. You need to be exactly as it says on the screen. You need to be at least 5 meters away from it. Doesn't really matter what height. Click on the follow me button and it will follow you, and if I come over here, you should see that it's quite nicely following me around the field. However, if I brought it too close, and try to do the same thing, it simply won't work. That's nicely demonstrated there. So there we go, there's the features. Cracking drone, good picture, good video, and the nice thing is that from a contrast point of view, if I just demonstrate this, when you're pointing straight down, you can actually get some really nice shots. Right, so, and I could actually go and do it comes down nicely, but so I could do a punch up from here. And you can see it punches up quite nicely. Oh, and this drone is rapid. There's absolutely no problem in flying it in a stiff breeze. It is rapid. I'll give you a quick demonstration of just how rapid it is. Here we go. Now, agreeably, this is actually going away from the wind, but watch this. Ready? All right, full stick backhand. Here we go. Full stick forward and down. Obviously descent seems to be controlled, which stops it having its wing state vortex, which is good, but goes down the field nicely. No problem.